Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, and my dear students, a warm good morning to one and all. So let me start with borrowing a quote that any sufficiently advanced technology is indistinguishable from magic, and how truer it could be, because technology these days are not just tools but a bridge to connect us to the possibilities or the realities that we had only once dreamt of. And that is exactly the reason why we today have this as the second most critical topic or the second most critical track for the Summit of Future Kerala 2025. Technology, the heart of progress. And my dear people, we say that any walls are not just any walls, any strong walls are not just built with brick and mortar, but with trust and resilience. But these days we are all in a world where this life is getting increasingly digital, and the reason to safeguard these walls has become more crucial than ever. But however, we are every day finding some unique or creative way to be breaching these walls, and that is exactly why we are starting the technology track with the keynote address on this very important session on Beyond Firewalls for a Safer Digital Tomorrow. And it is my distinct honor to be introducing our keynote speaker, Sri Manoj Abraham, the Additional Director General of Police Kerala, and a visionary leader in cybersecurity and the innovation in law enforcement. With a stellar track record of integrating technology with policing, he is the architect behind groundbreaking initiatives like the Kerala Police Cyberdrome, India's first drone forensic lab and research center, and the internationally acclaimed COCON Cybersecurity Conference. Sri Abraham's dedication to cybersecurity, community policing, and strategic innovation has earned him numerous accolades, making him the perfect gate for today's session, Beyond Firewalls for a Safer Digital Tomorrow. And with the privilege that have been bestowed upon me, may I very humbly request the presence of Sri Manoj Abraham IPS to kindly address the gathering and enlighten us on the topic. So please.
Good morning. The topic, as you all know, Beyond Firewalls for a Safer Digital Tomorrow. This topic, which has been chosen for this track and basically what I'm going to present today, is one of the most relevant topics, not only for police officers like me who handle crime, who handle how to prevent, detect crime, but it's important for you students and the students who are studying for the IT sector, for every citizen of the country, because now it's a digital world that we are living in. So I want to congratulate firstly the organizers of this conference for holding such a relevant conference, 7 tracks, and bringing everybody together. We, the Kerala Police, have been holding such conferences because we understand in the cyber security realm, awareness is one of the most important things, and these conferences go a long way in building awareness about the conference. Now, I just want to start with a famous statement by Vladimir Lenin, where he says that there are decades when nothing happens and there are weeks when decades happen. So this is very relevant with the digital revolution that we are going through. We see the industrial revolution, we have seen the agrarian revolution, but there's nothing like the digital revolution, which has changed the basic ethos of how the human being survives in this world, goes about his business, does his transactions, everything. We all know about it. That's why I'm not dwelling on that. Now what is happening is basically we police officers who generally dwell in the physical world, catch criminals, go and look at crime, etc. There has been a blurring of digital and virtual spaces also. Now, most of the people live in the virtual space. Everybody we interact, we have social connections, our transactions, banking, studies, everything is in the virtual space. So there's a blurring of the spaces also, which makes the problem of cybersecurity more acute, which we need to really look at. And what we have is the concept of disruptive technologies. You all know about it, the AI and the machine learning. You have disruptive technologies coming in, which change the basic ethos of how we do our business or how we go about our lives together. And not only disruptive technologies have come, they are converging also. You look at the mobile phone, you have a lot of disruptive technologies converging in that mobile phone, which makes the problem of cybersecurity even more complicated, which we need to handle with Kids Glove also. Now, this is a very famous statement by Robert Mueller. He was the FBI former director, where he says that there are two kinds of companies in the world, or two kinds of organizations in the world: those that have been hacked and those that are going to be hacked. What he says is there is nothing perfect. Everybody will be hacked. So it's a very stark reality of today that we can't ensure perfect cybersecurity. See, I'm a police officer. If somebody tells me to physically, say, secure this building or secure a college building or secure a bank building, I can easily do it. I can put in the best of camera systems. I can put in the best of commando systems. And I can say that this building is secure. Nobody can actually come inside that. But not in the cybersecurity realm. Whatever firewalls, whatever physical softwares, whatever you put in, there is always a chance that somebody can hack it. There is no perfect cybersecurity. And that's what he mentioned. And that is also very important and relevant for us. Now, these are some of the threats that are there. Very important that we understand it, because this threat is for everybody. You need to understand that for each individual who uses this mobile phone, banking system, now everything is online. So it's important for everybody that we understand the threats. It's not only the law enforcement department that really looks at crime or criminals that we need to understand, but every individual that uses digital resources need to understand what are the threats in the digital world. I'll come to a few of this in the later slides. Now, what we see now presently in the present world is the problem of ransomware. Ransomware is one of the most talked of problems in the world. It is stated as per records that in 2024, every 11 seconds there was a ransomware attack. And these attacks are happening throughout the world. These attacks don't have any jurisdiction, physical jurisdiction. They can be anywhere. You can be attacking any system, any device, any organization in any part of the world, sitting in any part of the globe. So that's the ransomware coming through, and it's growing in 2025. You have a lot of other features coming up, ransomware in mobile devices also. Earlier it was related to desktops and other systems, but we have now ransomware attacks coming to mobile phones. You have ransomware in all these vulnerable sectors like the health industry, where people are doing surgeries on a day-to-day basis. You have a ransomware attack and the whole hospital comes to a standstill, and you have to pay ransom money to get the decryption key to really come in. So it really puts the industry, it really puts that organization into a total standstill where you have to pay the ransom money to come through. You have ransomware as a service. RAS means ransomware as a service, where you can hire people. You can go to the darknet. You can hire people who will come and attack somebody. If you want to attack some organization, you can hire these people and they will attack that organization for you. As a service also, they'll provide that. So you have things like that is coming up. Now you need to understand who the criminal is also on the other side. That is very important, who the person is, because based on that person also the gravity of the problem changes. You have small hacktivists, etc., who are rookies or who are IT professionals who have gone wrong way, and they hack the system. They are the small part of the ring as such. But you have malicious insiders, people inside the organization who actually do it. You have terrorist groups, you have hackers, criminal groups, nation states. You have nation states, people, national army dedicated to cyber attacks. You have North Korea, etc. They have the best of the people who are working in the IT. So that really makes the problem more acute. It's not the ordinary rookie or the college dropout who's hacking into your systems. It's the best of the person who's coming in, who's there in the country, who has been trained, who is paid by the government authorities, who is hacking into your system. So that makes the problem even more acute. That's what we need to understand. So that's where the problem gets compounded also. Now this slide I just put up just to make you understand how difficult it is for a person in the law enforcement like me, where you can use a computer device to actually make physical harm to a country also. Now these 4 examples, these are only just 4 examples that I've given. The first one is a Turkey oil pipeline blast. You need to understand the oil pipeline blast in Turkey was just done using your internet connection, just a computer device, just a computer with an internet connection. They actually hacked into the oil pipeline from Turkey, transfers oil from one part to the other part, another country. So what the hackers did, they hacked into the system, they hacked through the CCTV cameras. CCTV cameras, generally we don't give any passwords, we do the default password. So easily they hacked into the camera system. Through the camera system, they got inside the control system. And they removed the sensors that actually handle the pressure inside the tunnel. So what happened? The pressure increased to such an extent that the pipeline exploded. And a huge loss was caused to that country, though not many people lost their lives, but it's a huge loss for the nation state. So you need to understand, just with the internet connection, you can create a terrorist attack, you can create a bomb. The second one in Germany also is a steel factory where they created this similar kind of explosion, just sitting in some part of the globe and creating an explosion. Stuxnet is a virus which actually derailed the Iranian nuclear thing. That's a very old one which you can do. The Florida water supply attack is also a recent attack. Florida, you have the water supply given by the government. So somebody had attacked their systems, and you have a particular mix of a caustic soda in the water just to make the water safe. You mix caustic soda in the water and then you give it to the public for drinking, etc. So what the hacker did, he actually came inside, attacked into the system, hacked into the system, increased the amount of caustic soda in the water so that it becomes poisonous, and tried to send it. But of course, there was a very smart individual behind the control. So he immediately identified that and stopped the water. And that's why the action could not take place and nobody was actually injured in the whole thing. But imagine if the attack had been successful, all those inhabitants in Florida would have really been affected, and the country would have faced a lot of damage. And that is just by using no bombs, no terrorists, no missiles, no attacks. It's just a computer, it's just an internet connection, and somebody sitting from somewhere. So that is the gravity of the situation that we are facing in the present times, which we really need to understand. We know about the hybrid warfare that's happening now. If you look at the Ukraine-Russian war that is happening, or you look at the Israel war against Hamas, it's all a hybrid war. It's not the traditional, the army, navy, and military only going attacking. More is the cyber warfare that is taking place. You have cyber armies attacking into systems because all the army, navy, air force, everybody is connected to the computer system. And so it's very important that we have a system. You have you must have heard of the pager attack also, where the Israeli Secret Service could actually get into the pagers, use it as a mobile device, use it as an explosive device to actually hit the Hamas terrorists somewhere remotely operating. So that is also another scope of how a computer device can be used for a terrorist attack, for attacking one country, for annihilating your enemy, etc. And that makes the problem of cybersecurity even more compounded when we look at it from a national perspective. Now, these are some of the issues that we see in recent times. Many of you must have, if you are IT students, you must have seen a deepfake problem. I'll come to that. IoT attacks is the Internet of Things. We have devices that are now connected. Our mobile phone is connected to our CCTV cameras, or the television that is there in our homes, or our Alexa. So we have connected devices. So it's very easy for a hacker to get inside the device that has the least security and then affect the whole thing. Like similar in an organization also, you have connected systems everywhere. So using the IoT attack, you can actually get in the least protected device and come inside your organization. You've attacked on automated vehicles also. Automated vehicles are another thing that are coming to the country, but in the Western world, it's there to a great extent. You can attack an automated vehicle, and actually you can make it turn, you can make it flip, you can make the vehicle do anything, cause accidents without any problems just by the computer connection that you have. Then you have quantum computing, cloud attacks, etc. I'll come to that in the later. Deepfake is one of the major things that is affecting each individual line. In Kerala also, we have a lot of crimes using deepfake now because there are technologies available where you can actually, if you look at if somebody wants to make a deepfake video of me, they just need to take the half an hour recording of what I'm speaking now, and they can make my image and my voice to do anything. They can actually make it, they can call up my manager in the bank and say that he will look at the video and think that I'm calling. And he can say that, oh, okay, my account, you transfer, say, 2 lakh rupees from this account to some other account. And the manager will think it's the same voice, it's the same person speaking, and he will transfer the amount. So many such crimes are happening, and crimes are happening left and right. It's not only banking sector. You have crimes against children, crimes against women. The deepfake video is very easily created also because tools are available where you don't have to do anything. And it mimics you like anything. Even when I looked at my deepfake video, even I couldn't identify that it was not me. It is so real. It's very difficult to really judge on how to do that. So a lot of crimes are possible. Every individual, all of us really need to be aware of this kind of crimes that are going to come up in future. It's already there, but we really need to we should not believe it's what I'll come to that zero trust culture that we really need to have, trusting nobody. Because now we in the country, one of the biggest problems that we see is that we trust everything, every image, every voice, everything that comes on the WhatsApp, we tend to believe that. Banks, of course, are one of the major objectives of every criminal is to earn money, and so banks have continuously been one of the major places where attacks have been concentrated on. Banks have been attacked left and right, and because that is where all the money is. So many hacks have been successful. Many people have come and stolen crores of money, millions of monies from various banks. These are a few examples of that has happened and continue to be, because that's where the big money is. So banks will continue to be under attacks. So these are one of the major things that I've already talked about: targeted ransomware, hacking under autonomous vehicles, artificial intelligence. These are the new gen problems which are said to be 2025. These kinds of attacks we are going to see in big numbers in the coming times as such. If you look at the figures also, the money lost in cybercrime Statistica is one of the international organizations calculating that it is estimated that in 2025, $10 trillion of amount will be lost by various cyber attacks, by cyber breaches, etc. It's a huge amount of money. It's almost the GDP of many countries taken together. It's that difficult in the present times. And if you look at the cyber crimes in the country also, we have an exponential increase in cyber crimes, cyber breaches, cyber attacks. If you look at the figures of the NCRB or the police figures that we have, we see a dip in the physical crimes that we have, the murder and other kinds of cheating or theft that we have. And we have an upward swing in all kinds of cyber crimes that is taking place. And that is another thing that we all need to be wary about. It's important for law enforcement officers like us and the general public that uses things. So basically what I wanted to emphasize with all these slides, with all these problems, is cybersecurity is a very complex issue. It's not a simple issue at all. We need to understand that. And as I told you, I gave you the example of a physical security of a bank that we do, or a physical security of any building that we do. Very simple. You train a person, you can do it. But not cybersecurity, because the problem keeps on changing. You don't know what is going to come up in 2 months. You don't know what the technology is going to be after 6 months. So it's changing. It's drastically changing every time. So cybersecurity is a very complex issue. And the firewalls, the traditional firewalls that we have, has a lot of limitations. We all know that firewall is basically the digital wall that is there between the network, the public network, and the public internet and our network. But now, with the present times, with all the sophisticated attacks that we have, with all the encryptions that we have, firewall is just not enough to handle all the cybersecurity principles. Because earlier it was, the moment you talk of cybersecurity, people say, put a firewall. That's all. That's the end of it. But not anymore. Firewall will just not do. So you have to have innovative solutions because your problem is also innovative. The problem is changing. The problem is getting more complicated. You have new malware coming up. You have new ransomware coming up. So it's very important that you have a very innovative kind of approach in cybersecurity, which is so very crucial. And it's a proactive kind of cybersecurity that you need to have. You can't be reactive. You just rest in your organization and you think that whatever attacks are coming to you, I'll try to defend myself from that. No, that's not going to work any longer. You need to be proactive. You need to look for what is happening in the organizations. You really need to go and collect intelligence on the darknet, on the latest kinds of attacks, on the latest kinds of ransomware that are prevalent in the market. And you need to build your strategy on that. It has to be a very proactive approach that is very important in cybersecurity now. So a few solutions and strategies as IT students, as enthusiasts, etc. You must be aware of most of the things. What I wanted to first emphasize on is the zero trust principle that we have. Zero trust everywhere. We go to awareness classes and we say for the individual to the organization, a zero trust culture firstly is very important. Because as I mentioned, our basic problem is we tend to trust everyone that we talk to, everyone who calls us. Whatever we see on the internet, whatever we see on WhatsApp, we tend to believe that. That attitude has to change if we want to be cyber secure. We need to have a zero trust factor, zero trust culture inculcated in us. More in the organization, we have a zero trust architecture which believes in the same principle. You don't trust any person or any network that is coming in or any individual that's hitting your network. You don't trust that. That's a zero trust. You verify everybody. Like in the building, if somebody has to come in, generally whoever it is, he may be looking, it's a hospital, he's looking like a doctor, he may be having a white coat, but you verify him, you verify his credentials, whether he belongs to this hospital. Similar way, in an organization, basically you verify everybody. He may be a part of the organization, but you verify everybody, scan through him, and see that he's not dangerous, then only you get him. What is that? It's a timer or? Okay. I thought it's... So basically that's how you have a zero trust security. Zero trust security extends to, it's basically to devices, to people, to the data, to the network that's available. And it's basically explicitly to verify everybody who comes inside your organization. You limit the user access also. It's not that everybody has access to all the systems that is there. You limit the access to particular user on what he needs to do, and then you can limit that. And assume breach. Assume that you are going to be attacked, assume that a breach is going to happen, and so you build on that. So that is very important. That's a zero trust architecture for you. Other time, with the latest disruptive technologies that we have, AI-based security systems, cyber security, it's very important that we use AI also to prevent, detect, and handle the breach that is happening. And AI tools are available. It's far better than individuals. So they will analyze the data. They will actually look at patterns, and they will come and mend the system also. It's very systems are available now where the AI systems have proved much more effective than the human elements. And this is going to come a big time everywhere because everybody is into AI now, and a lot of research is happening in this regard. Endpoint detection and response is another thing, another strategy of cybersecurity that's very important now, where we really look at the endpoints and continuously keep on verifying who is coming to our endpoints. It may be a mobile device, it may be a laptop, anything, but we need to really keep on looking at that. Another aspect is cloud security. We know all our data now sits on cloud. We have multi-cloud environment now. It's very important that the cloud is also secure, because if you hack into the cloud, you get all those data that is so very privileged to us, so needs to be protected. So cloud security also has a lot of strategies working around where you look at encryptions. A lot of encryptions are being built into. You look at a lot of user controls that are coming up, INT and access management, etc., etc. A lot of strategy. I don't want to go into details. And we have strategies of user behavior. user behavior also is very important, very analyze what the user is doing. In an organization, many people may be using that system, but it's very essential that you keep on looking at the behavior, whether he's doing something that is strange, something that he's not expected to do. And that has to be done because the insider threat is also very paramount now. So it's very important that you look at the particular person who's using that device, whether he is changing his pattern, whether he's doing something suspicious or something uncommon, and handle that thing also. So that's another strategy that we used in recent times. And awareness, that's one of the most important things. Cybersecurity awareness is a necessity for everybody, whether it's students, whether it's IT professionals, whether it's police officers in the government. We need to spread the awareness like anything. And that's why these conferences are so very crucial, so very important that we spread awareness inside the organization. And collaboration is another aspect that's very important. It's not that cybersecurity is a collaborative effort. We need to have collaboration within the private and the public sector. That's very important. It's not that it's only relevant for private sector. It's as more important for the public sector also because that's where the strategic industries are. It's important for everybody. It's not that we law enforcement only do that because we handle cyber crimes. No, it's important for the users also. And we need to share intelligence among industries, among partners, among the private and public sector also, because collaborative efforts only really help in cybersecurity. That's why Kerala Police has gone big way with Cyberdome, where we actually interact, where we actually go hand in hand with all the IT industry, all the IT professionals, every stakeholder to actually enhance cybersecurity. And of course, the importance of the IT professional, most of the industries, most of the organizations don't really give importance to the security professional, the CISO or the information security expert inside the organization. Particularly in the government, they never really looked at security. And that's also very important that we actually have people inside the organization to build with the skills, particular individual, just looking at cybersecurity because that's so very important for every organization. And that skill has to be built with experience in the organization, and that's also so very crucial. So it's basically not only the tool set, not only the software or the firewall that's important, it's the skill set and the mindset also that's very important. So you need to have proper people who need to sharpen their skills in the organization. It's not that you study something and you come and you think you're going to be successful. No, he has to keep on sharpening his skills in the cybersecurity realm. And a backup management plan, everybody needs to have it. As I told you, anybody can be hacked. So what is your strategy on that? You have a backup plan always so that you don't lose out on your precious data that is there. So always, in spite of the fact that you have the best systems in place, you need to have a proper backup plan in place also so that you don't lose the precious data that you have. And it's a constant cat and mouse game. It's not that you do something and you rest on your laurels and you think I've secured my system. I put in the firewalls, I put in the software. No. It's whatever is secure now won't be secure after 2 months or 6 months. It's a continuous game that you play with the cyber hackers, etc. To enhance your system, to build the latest, the patches that have to come in to ensure that you are cyber safe in the years to come. So the future trends in cybersecurity, the increased use of quantum computing, AI-powered cyber defenses, the rise of cyber physical system security is basically now we have all the industries also based on the digital principle. So it's basically amalgamation of digital resources and physical resources also. So it's very important that we secure both these resources together. So basically what I wanted to say is basically cybersecurity is no longer a reactive principle at all. It has to be a proactive element. We need to really look at how we secure our resources. What are the threats that are available? Firstly, if you don't know your enemy, you can't do anything. So firstly, you need to know your enemy, and then you need to go ahead. So it's basically signing off with these few points. We are in the digital world. Digital world has come and changed us like anything. It's important. Cybersecurity is not only important for any big companies like Facebook, and it's important for everybody. It's important for the government. It's important for law enforcement officers like us. It's important for IT industry. It's important for students. It's important for every citizen. And so we should all be aware of that. And awareness is one of the key to that. The threats, we all need to keep abreast with the threats of the world. If you don't know the enemy, you can't really fight the enemy. So it's very important that you know the threats that are varying, changing getting more complicated day after day. And we have advanced solutions coming in like zero trust architecture, the AI-driven security, etc. And as I mentioned, security is one of the key to the whole thing. Private-public participation is the key. Collaboration is the key. So we need to come together, spread awareness on cybersecurity, and ensure that together we build a cyber-secure world. Thank you very much. That's what I wanted to say. And thank you once again, Jain University, for the opportunity to talk on such a relevant topic in this summit. Thank you, and all the best for the conference. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. May I humbly request you to kindly accept a token of love and appreciation and deep respect from our end. May I also very humbly request Mr. Tom M. Joseph, the Honorable Director of Initiatives, Jain Deemed to be University, to kindly express our appreciation and deep reverence for all the efforts you have been putting in to make our society and make our cybersecurity even more stronger. And thank you so much for encouraging all of us to inculcate the zero trust culture right now. Thank you so much for your partnership and collaboration with us, sir. It is